Welcome to your source for research, innovation, news, insights, and commentary. We welcome you to Research Business Daily Report. And today and this week we're sponsored by Nuance, offering verbatim coding services to customers so that they can quantify the meaning of open-ended answers. Nuance, a decision analyst company. Big data this, big data that. I have to admit we're as guilty as anybody about hyping that phrase and what it stands for. But business2community.com's Andrew Dalglish took on the question of the actual impact of big data on market research. And his oh-so-short commentary was oh-so on the mark, wasting no words and finding 4 things that market research doesn't have to worry about when it comes to big data. Quote, there's no doubt that big data has huge potential to reveal hidden insights, but it's a complement, not a replacement for market research, Dalglish said. Now, here are the points. First, big data isn't always available, nor does it relate to every issue. 2, big data informs us of the what, but not usually the why. And that's, of course, essential in influencing customer behavior going forward. Third, big data cannot reveal how people think and feel, such as understanding abstract issues like branding or barriers to change. And both of those need to explore emotions and perceptions, which research can be really good at. And fourth, big data cannot explore hypothetical situations such as untapped needs in a market or what customers think about new product concepts. Next, Nikki Lavoie, about 1,000 other researchers, traveled to Nice in France last week to attend the ESOMAR Annual Congress. Now, the impression that any conference leaves on each attendee is extremely subjective, but Nikki took special note of a couple of presentations, and from her office in Paris, she offered to briefly summarize them for the benefit of RBDR viewers. Nikki?
Thanks, Bob. This year's ESOMAR Congress focused on the idea of inspiration, and many of the presentations that I saw didn't disappoint. One of the recurring themes that I noticed throughout the presentations and the keynotes was a seemingly new attitude about embracing failure. Everyone from the opening keynote, Deborah Searle, who rode alone across the Atlantic after her partner needed to be rescued, to closing keynote Kevin Roberts, CEO worldwide of Saatchi & Saatchi, who stressed the importance of looking to the fringes of our culture and our work, made these points. One key presentation that really drove home the idea of embracing failure was given by Tobias Wacker of Brain Juicer and Vanessa Oshima of Coca-Cola Japan. Their presentation touched on a failed project that left both the client and the agency frustrated. The learning from the presentation was that we need to spend time beta testing methods just as we do consumer-facing products. In fact, Vanessa let us know that since her revelation, Coca-Cola Japan has allocated a portion of their budget to experimenting and perfecting new and existing research methods. Another key point that came out of this year's Congress was that of harnessing the power of participant engagement. 2 presentations on Tuesday, one from MTV in India and one from Pernod Ricard in France, discussed methods that focused on extreme participant engagement as a means of discovering insight, both from consumers and internal stakeholders. To wrap things up on the last day, Kevin Roberts discussed his newly released red paper called Brand Loyalty Reloaded, Loyalty Beyond Reason. We heard about how successful brands are tapping into consumer emotion to create intense levels of consumer loyalty that result in maximum ROI. All in all, the Congress was full of examples of inspiration and has given the research community lots to think about. Back to you, Bob.
Our thanks to Nikki Lavoie for putting together her thoughts in that review. And Research Conference Report Week can tell you we'll be delivering summaries of several ESOMAR Congress presentations in our upcoming issue. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Nuance, offering multi-language verbatim coding services to help companies quantify the meaning of open-ended answers. Nuance, a decision analyst company, wants you to know more about the product and what it can do. So they and we have created a link for you. It's www.nuancecoding.com. And from there you can find out a lot about a product and a service that has generated tremendous interest throughout 2014. So don't miss it. Have a great research day, and we'll see you back here with us tomorrow.